Hey, how's it going, everybody? I know, since I've only got subscribers that don't watch this, but couldn't care less. So, basically, the title of this video is Note on Politics, and basically, what that means is that Donald Trump sucks. Sucks bites a big one. Needs to be impeached. Get the fuck out of the Oval Office. We need a decent president to come in. Love Bernie Sanders' response, and I loved what's her name from Georgia, Stacey Abrams' response to the catastrophe that was called the State of the Union address by the president. So I had to, or touching upon politics and what else, weather, and then what else, music. Well, I've been I've been working on the video I want to come up with next, dealing with the secrecy in the song Opiate by Tool. And there's so much secrecy in that song. It's just outrageous. Just as an aside, I will mention that I will come back to that. It's going to be part 3, since I've already done part 2 and part 1 on The Secret. And so what other content I should do, I don't know. Just kind of open to suggestions. What do you think? Leave a comment if you have any ideas. Politics, basically staying on politics. And so there's people out there that still believe that, an administration that separates kids from their parents at the border, even though they're like not US citizens, but like they're still human beings, I think, right? They're still human beings. And so you want to keep the families together and not separate them. And so when we have these selfish, wealthy fucking bastards that only care about themselves and other billionaire, extremely wealthy corporate power, that's all they care about, is corporate power and money. And the middle class, screw the middle class, screw the poor class, screw the working people. Even though the working people built America, even though the working people built everything, that there is, basically. So things are really fucked up now, and they will be until 2020, when there isn't somebody else, a actual human being, until we get a human being into in the White House. We need a human being in there, not a troll. Because right now there's a filthy troll in there, and stomping on everybody's rights, stomping on the little people, bothering all the poor and the working class. And so things are worse now for the working class, the middle class, lower middle class, even the upper middle class, and not to speak of immigrants. Not to even speak of that. So that's how fucked up things have become. Enough about that. But yeah, like I said, my mind keeps veering back into music, and I really want to say some things about rock music and metal that I think a lot of people can relate to. And I just need to know what to say. I don't want to dwell too much after part 3 on the song Opiate. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. That song, I'm not talking about it anymore. I'm going to something different. There's other things to talk about. And hint, hint, The Secret is not the best thing. And so it's just not. Dealing with things that are theological, philosophical, ecclesiastical is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And so it's more like we have to get away from these things. We have to get away from these creeds and these theologies, these things that bind people's minds, that they enslave people's minds, and people cannot think clearly or freely. They just can't when they're so bound by churches and religion. It just takes away their It takes away perspective, and it takes away so much. And so this evil destruction that's called religion, well, I suppose is how it is practiced, and a lot of it depends on how it is practiced. But in the end, no matter how it's practiced, it seems that it always ends up being some form of stupidity and pig-headedness. So, for those who would choose a more benevolent, a more humanitarian, a more sensitive way to live and to think, you've got to get out of the fucking religions and just focus on humanity and what is important to humanity, what is important to people and to the world. So those issues that affect people and the world in a real way, such as treating how you treat other people, how you relate to other people, how you talk to other people, environmental things, climate change, global warming, recycling, hoping that people don't litter, and putting a good example out for other people as far as, cleaning up your trash after picnicking or at the park, and everywhere, people should live more clean and, behave in a more positive way, and it will affect more people and affect more people and affect more people and just go on from there. That is basically the only realistic way to propagate a moral and a civilized way, for society and for people, for everybody. So politics, and I'm not going to talk much more about it. So that's it.